Welcome to the Life After Losing Mom podcast. My name is Kat, and I help motherless daughters manage all of the ups and downs of grieving this loss. I use what I learned after my mom passed in 2013 by showing these women the transformational power of grief and reminding them that they are never alone and there's someone out there who knows just what they're going through. So let's get started. So I just need to share with y'all something that has been on my heart. I'm not sure if y'all have watched the news or not, but I am from North Carolina, and last night there was a shooting at UNC Charlotte, which is my brother's alma mater, and 2 people have passed so far, and 4 others have been injured. According to the shooter's grandfather, he and his dad moved from Dallas, Texas to North Carolina 2 years ago after his mom passed, and that blew my mind. And his grandfather said that this is not in his DNA. I do not know who this person is, and he would never act like this. So based on that statement, I'm just assuming that this young man never got help, and that breaks my heart. It just really goes to show how destructive grief can be and how much pain can actually bring to other people. So please, 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 if you are struggling or if you need help, tell me and I will help you. I am here for you and you are not alone. I have needed help and it was very hard for me to admit, but I got the help that I needed and I was able to heal, and you deserve to heal and you deserve to get help. I would hate to see this happen to you or to someone that you love by not helping yourself, and it's just really hard to be vulnerable, but you can do it. I believe in you. So once again, please tell me if you need help in your grief journey and I will help you. Now let's dive into the episode. I'd like to welcome Taylor to the show.
So when he decided, okay, call Carrie, I'm going to go upstairs, grab my car, grab my other key, grab it. And then he comes up, starts hearing her. He started hearing her breathe the way that she would have sleep apnea. And then she just completely stopped breathing. She just stopped out of nowhere. And so I think he tried doing CPR. He called 911. They tried doing CPR the entire way to the hospital, in the hospital. And then she was declared dead at the hospital. She was 39 when she passed.
Wow.
So it'll be 3 years in November.
Okay. Wow. I'm very sorry for your loss. It's never easy, no matter how you look at it. So were your parents were married, right?
No.
Oh, they weren't? Oh, he would just happen to be.
No, it was my stepdad.
Okay.
I have to call him my dad because he's basically my dad.
Close enough. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So right after Thanksgiving, so the first holiday you had without your mom obviously was Christmas. Did you find that one harder for you or like the second Christmas? Because it could have been more of like, a blur.
The first one was kind of hard because one of my Christmas presents was my mom's engagement ring.
Oh.
So my dad gave me my mom's engagement ring. That was the one thing that I wanted from her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So did you want that for her like after like she passed? Like you like.
Yeah, that was one thing I wanted.
Oh, okay. So you knew you were getting it.
I just didn't know when.
Oh, well, that was kind of like a whammy, I guess.
It was nice. But no, I feel that the first one was a lot harder than the second. Because then we lost my great-grandma 6 months after.
Okay. On your mom's side?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So have you found that like any holiday specifically is harder without her?
Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Mother's Day.
That. Yeah, 100%. But so like not regarding, obviously, why Mother's Day? I'm sure most people will probably have the same feelings, but obviously I want your input on it.
Mother's Day is really just hard because all I see is like people with their mom saying like, oh, happy Mother's Day. I love you so much. You're the best person ever. You're the best person that's ever happened to me. And I'm like, yeah, you have yours there. I don't have mine.
Is it like the cards too? Like, I don't know when the cards start, I guess after Easter, but do you like maybe find yourself pretty much avoiding like all stores, like the card section of stores?
I don't get cards anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
My cards for me.
I'm going to send somebody a voice text. I'll send you an e-card.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Because I notice I find myself a lot of times, like, obviously it's unavoidable. Like, sometimes I'm going to have to run to Target or, like, CVS or whatever.
Right.
Like, it's Mother's Day approaches. But I don't go to the card section.
No.
I mean, ever. But especially not when Mother's Day is approaching. Because that is a slap in the face.
Her birthday. And her birthday.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess thankfully they don't really have out Mother's Day candy. If they do, that'd be kind of weird.
That'd be weird.
But I'd be like, at least they don't have Mother's Day candy that's there for, like,
right?
10 weeks. I would be like, there's no end of literally like heaping this humiliation or heaping this whatever the correct verbiage would be.
Right.
So besides Mother's Day, do you find that I think sometimes people find that their favorite holiday is harder without their mom, and then some people find that if their mom passed closer to a certain holiday, that it's that holiday that's harder. Does that make sense?
Thanksgiving is kind of like the one that's a little bit harder because she died 4 days after. And so it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's a lot harder than others because like she was kind of celebrating her 6-month mark of her gastric bypass too at that point. So it was she's celebrating that, but then she kind of dies 4 days later. Like, thanks for telling me.
Yeah. I feel like too, it might be partially because it's leading up to the anniversary, and that, like, right after Thanksgiving is a day that was not a very good day in your life.
Right.
So a holiday that should be happy, it's like, how can it be happy but so much when you know that this is leading up to it? So I mean,
we talked 8 hours beforehand. She was perfectly fine.
Yeah, geez, bless her heart. So yeah, I don't know if it's a matter of like, maybe when your mom was good at like cooking, maybe, I'm sure that has something to do with it, but I feel like it would probably be more along the lines of you knowing that like the anniversary of her passing is soon approaching.
Yeah.
Has it been hard, like not really like having your mom to like help cook like Thanksgiving meals with, or I don't know if that was
my aunt, my great grandma did all of that, but I mean she would help out and stuff. What sucks is that I don't have my concert buddy anymore because me and my mom would go to concerts all the time. So her favorite band was New Kids on the Block. So oh yeah. So that was the first concert she ever took me to.
Okay, so it's just harder in their own ways. It's like Thanksgiving is hardest for you because it's leading up to your mom's anniversary, but Christmas can still be hard for you because I feel like Christmas is where people have more traditions. So that's hard in a way where you don't have your mom for those traditions that, you used to have her for. So how did you manage to like overcome that? Do you make your own traditions, that kind of thing?
We just keep everything the same, but like we set a plate out for my mom and then we set a plate out for my great grandma too. So we have a plate and a chair. Okay. So we have that. We still make my mom's potato salad that she used to make. We're actually making it right now. So
that's funny.
Yeah, stuff he would make, we still make. We have her Easter wreath by the door. And she used to make stuff. So we have her wreath that she made over by our side door, just hanging up in the family room.
Gotcha. Do you think that has been like helpful to keep things the same?
Yeah.
Like maybe like for you, or because I feel like, it might be helpful for other people, but what's important is like what's helpful for you in your grief.
I mean, especially for me and then my mom's sister, keeping everything the same is kind of like the good thing. Yeah. Because we don't really like change much. Yeah.
Well, you already had this change by losing your mom.
Yeah, so, exactly.
If
we did not like that change and we don't like changes anymore.
Yeah, absolutely not. Cool. Well, that's good. Have you found yourself like, maybe doing anything like not by yourself, but maybe doing anything on your own as the holidays come to honor your mom or to celebrate her? I guess especially for, Mother's Day. I'm sure that's a big one. Like, what have you found has helped you?
I go to the cemetery and just talk to her. Okay. Because she was cremated, so she's in a mausoleum and she's in one of those like glass spaces that like you can actually see.
Wait, the ashes?
No. The urn. You can see the urn.
Oh, okay. I was like,
no, you cannot see the. No,
okay, because my mom was cremated too, and I was like, I don't want to see those ashes. They're creepy.
I mean,
they're actually very like. I was surprised at how light they were.
I know.
Which I know sounds very probably morbid, but
no, it's like the bag is really light, and then the urn is so heavy.
Oh my god, I know. Okay, that's funny. So the urn is like displayed in like it's like almost like a shadow box kind of.
Yeah. So I
Cool.
go, we have it at eye level so I can sit on the floor because I like sitting on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
She knew I loved sitting on the floor.
That's so funny.
Anything that I ever did with her, we'd sit on the floor.
Okay.
So that's what I just like sitting on the floor because sitting on the floor is fun. So we have it eye level at that point, and I just sit there and I just talk to her.
Have you noticed that it's been you've done the same thing each year?
Yeah.
Or?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. Well, as I say, it's always important, I think, to have your own tradition and your own way of, honoring and celebrating. But in some ways, I feel like there's going to be things thrown at you where no matter, you can do some things the same, but some things might be different too. And it's all going to be different for every holiday and, that sort of thing. So let's see, Mother's Day and Christmas. Have you noticed oh my word, oh my word.
Yeah.
Thank you. How has the family, has the family dynamic helped you through the grief process around the holidays?
My mom's dad's side of the family,
Uh-huh.
we've gotten a lot closer than we were.
Okay.
So they kind of helped me through it all.
Absolutely.
And then obviously the family that I'm with now, my aunt, my grandma, and then my mom's sister and my stepdad, they helped me through everything.
So do you find yourself when it comes, it could be one person every holiday, the same person, different holidays, or one person for each holiday, you find yourself reaching out or, finding comfort talking to certain people during certain times during the holidays? Does that make sense?
Yeah. My stepdad and then my aunt, because they're my number one and my number two. They always.
Is that for every holiday, you think, or just around Thanksgiving or Christmas, or?
Around every holiday, I normally talk to everyone that's going to be coming over for dinner and whatnot. But if I had to choose two people that were the closest, it would be my stepdad and my aunt.
Gotcha. Just talking about your grief in general. Conversing, and then there's talking about your grief.
Right.
So have you found that there are certain things that you just keep to yourself, or?
I try and keep everything to myself, but I know I can't do that because it just bottles up, and then all of a sudden I get outbursts because with my anxiety and stuff, it doesn't help if I do that.
No, it's not good.
Oh no.
So have you I guess not have you found a balance, but have you found that having a balance between what you share and what you don't share has helped?
I'm an open book, so I share everything that's on my mind.
But so what do you keep I guess you can't really tell me what you keep to yourself, but because you were saying how you keep some things to yourself. Have you noticed that keeping some things to yourself and sharing some things is I noticed that that's a good balance? Does that make sense?
I feel if I keep things to myself, I don't have a balance at all.
Yeah.
Because I'm more of a type of person that talks everything out and goes through everything and talks talks everything out. So it's just easier if I talk it out and make sure that I'm okay with everything rather than just keeping it in and keeping things to myself.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see. So for the holidays, you said you like to keep things the same. Do you think that, I guess not necessarily in the future because we can't see the future,
right?
But have other people you notice in your immediate family, have they been pushing towards I think the first Christmas without my mom, we all went on a trip. Or no, it wasn't without it was without my mom and my grandma because my mom's mom died 2 years after my mom. So the first Christmas without both of them, we all went somewhere and just got out. So have you noticed people in your family been pushing towards change? If so, how do you manage that? Because everybody has their own, things.
The change that we saw was my dad got a new girlfriend.
Okay.
He got a new girlfriend a month after my mom died.
What, your dad or your stepdad?
My stepdad.
Okay. Oh.
So that was we were all mad at him kind of deal.
Oh, okay.
We thought he got over my mom so fast. But there were just underlying issues that him and my mom were dealing with.
Yeah.
But those are things that I don't need to share. But
yeah, absolutely.
Once I got to know my dad's girlfriend, she's fine. I love her. But the creepy thing about it is she's almost exactly like my mom.
I hear that a lot, actually.
She is almost exactly like her to the T. She's, no offense to my mom, she's a little bit nicer than her, but But no, she's basically a replica of my mom, but a couple years older.
Interesting. So have you found yourself like around the holidays, like finding comfort in her, like knowing that she's there, like talking?
Yeah. Like having her here for the holidays now, it's kind of like, I kind of have my mom here. Like, that's kind of cool.
Good. So like a part of you like doesn't really like feel guilty or anything like that?
No, not at all.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm sure that, I mean, yeah, it's nice to get like see your input. Cool. So they've been together like since?
Yeah, since January 1st of 2017, and my mom died November 28th of 2016.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was like, that's too many years. That's a lot of years.
yeah, they've been together for 2 years.
Gotcha. Okay, so is your mom's like birthday or anything near a holiday?
Halloween, but I mean, I don't
I mean, that doesn't really count. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I didn't know if you found. So just maybe like, I don't know. I think some people too struggle with like a certain, like the holiday being in a certain time of year. Like, you know, they might not like cold weather. So the
I
cold
love
weather
cold
holidays. Okay. I was like, but it's weird because some people love Christmas and hate cold weather. So they find that like Christmas is hard just because it's Christmas, but then they find that like it's hard because it's in cold weather, that kind of thing. So, well, good. I'm glad you found that sense of like comfort. Did you ever see it, like find yourself like talking to her about your mom, like your dad's girlfriend, or like about like your grief and that sort of thing, especially during
Like
the holidays?
she's very open, and she asks questions about my mom all the time. She's very open about it. She wants to know about her. She told me like from the start, I'm not here to replace you or be replacing your mother. I'm just here because I love your father. That's who I am. That's what I want. I don't want to replace her. I want to know about her. This might sound creepy, but like they're moving into her uncle's old house, and so I have a room there, and there's like, it's called the dead people room, because there's gonna be a shrine of like the people that we've lost in like our families and stuff. And she's putting my mom's picture up. Like, she's putting stuff of my mom's in the house.
Okay.
So like I can actually be comfortable there, and if I ever want to spend the weekend there, I know that like she's okay with, if I have a panic attack about my mom or whatever, that she knows she's gonna be there. She wants to be there, and she knows that, well, I know that it's okay, that if I have it, I have it.
Yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense. So what has been like, based on this conversation, I think the thing that has helped you the most is keeping things the same during the holidays. Is that right? Or what do you think has been like the best thing for you and your grief of not having your mom for the holidays?
Kind of just being around the family, because that's all of my mom that I have left is her mom, her sister, her aunt, like all of them is what I have left.
So you feel like you almost have like a piece of her there? Gotcha. No, that definitely makes sense. And y'all just kind of, I mean, do y'all just like carry on with, you know, whatever you would do? Or is there a balance, like spending time talking about or spending time, you know, not?
We just laugh about some of the stuff, some of the jacked up stuff that she used to do when she was younger, and the things that her and her sister would do when they were kids. And
so it's more like it's more like memories rather than more of like you dwelling on your grief.
Exactly.
Type of thing. I mean, I don't think people would really, I feel like that's just kind of how it would be for all of the holidays, and that's not really on people's minds, I don't think.
No, it's really not on ours either, because we lost two people in 6 months, in almost a 6-month time span.
Okay, well, hey, at least you
lost my mom, and everyone lost their mom basically, because my great grandma was like the mom of our family. She took care of me. She took care of my mom. She took care of her 2 kids. She took care of everyone. So she was like the mom of the family.
It was like the big mama bear.
Oh my God, yeah. And when we lost her, that was like, all right, we need to get closer or nothing's gonna happen.
We need to figure something out right here and now.
Yeah.
Where none of us are gonna make it.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Well, as I say, feeling like you have your mom there. Do you think that like you and your family talking about like the memories and things like that, do you find yourself more now doing that, like not during the holidays?
Yeah.
Or okay, it's just
when it comes up, it comes up.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking. But I'm sure it almost like, obviously if it helps you during the holidays, I'm sure it almost like makes it easier, because that's not really a time with holidays comes traditions and, you know, that sort of thing. But why do you think that, you said Mother's Day, you just like go by yourself. Why do you think that those traditions you kind of do by yourself versus other holidays you spend time with your family?
Because I think that that's just my thing between me and her. Like her birthday is kind of my thing between me and her. So it's just me going to see her by myself gives me it doesn't give me like closure, but it gives me the feeling of that I'm still loved by her and we have that special like moment together.
So it's more of like, that's not really a family holiday.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. I was like, as soon as I asked that, I thought that, but I was like, it'll be like, I want to hear your thoughts on that anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I don't really know people who would spend, maybe they'd spend Mother's Day with their mom and grandma and aunt and all that, but the likelihood of you spending that and like being the same place, but it's like Mother's Day is dedicated to your mom.
Right.
So I think a lot of people could agree that if they've lost their mom, they go and spend that day.
I would spend the day with my mom, my aunt, and my great grandma anyways, because those were my moms. That's who took care of me when I was little.
Gotcha. So yeah, I guess it's just different than like Christmas. And that's just it's like I feel like there's still things to celebrate about other holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving, but it's so much harder to find things to celebrate on Mother's Day when you've lost a mom. And a lot of times that's why I think people just kind of just spend more time alone than they would on any other holiday. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So
exactly.
And I feel like too, like there's some traditions from what I've noticed, like what might work for a few years might not work X amount of years down the road. But everything is a trial and error process. You know, you might realize one day, hey, this isn't working for me anymore. But it's not like it's not like one thing is going to work for the rest of your life.
Right. So, and then like my boyfriend's also there for me too. Like he doesn't understand, like he somewhat understands, like if I need him, I need him. Like if I need my time alone, I need my time alone. Like he's been there for like my panic attacks and stuff if I've had them about my mom, or if I'm just missing my mom, literally he'll let me sit there and he'll let me cry to him if I need to. And like I'm so happy that he's so supportive of everything, and we've only been dating for like 6 months, but he's still so supportive. And
good. Well, so have you found yourself like, maybe I was like, well, you probably haven't had very many holidays with him or his family, obviously maybe like Christmas, Thanksgiving, but have you found yourself like finding comfort in spending like part of the time with his side of the family?
I mean, his parents come down once a month about that for like, cause he's down here for school.
Okay.
So having like his mom and his dad there kind of gives me like I have like a mom and dad kind of thing. It's like, even though they're not my mom and dad, they're kind of like the kind of figure, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like they're there and we basically do whatever we want the entire day. They spend a weekend, they spend a day, whatever. They come down there and they come to see us. They don't just come to see him, they come to see me too. So I'm like, I feel so loved.
So how did you handle that? Like, I guess, so y'all probably dating this past Christmas. So
yeah.
Did you do anything special with his parents?
We had Christmas like the weekend before.
Okay.
We were at Christmas with my entire family. And after that, we went back to his house a couple days after Christmas to spend New Year's over there.
Okay.
So we kind of like divvied up and split up the holidays.
But do you think it like really like helped and like gave you a sense of peace knowing that like, obviously it's not your mom, but you still have mother figures and figures that are
it gives me peace
there.
In a way. It really does.
It's like I'm kind of alone, but I'm not. And I feel like the holidays are just very, obviously they're hard. That's not the right word, but I feel like they're just extremely like confusing to navigate because like on any other day, most people might not be as okay with having those people in their life because it's like, no, like it's not my mom. This isn't good enough. But I feel like during the holidays, it's a lot of times it's so centered around family.
Yeah.
That it seems to be more comforting knowing.
It really is.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say
No, you are making complete sense to me.
Okay, I was like, do you agree, or is that? And like I said, it all depends on the holiday. Mother's Day is completely different, but I think I was like, a Mother's Day is going to be a whole other segment topic. No offense to his parent, like no offense to his mom, but like Mother's Day just will not be the same. No, ever. I was like, that's just the whole.
Just
like,
one
conversation
day
for another day, 110%. But No, I definitely think, especially like the family holidays, like having that sense of like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's so easy to feel alone when you're really grieving, like nobody understands. But the
Right.
holidays, since it's just such a familial activity, that
Mm-hmm.
feeling like you have a family outside of your family makes you not feel alone.
Right.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad that seems to have helped. But so you said the traditions have been the same from like the first
Mm-hmm.
holiday without her to the second.
They've been the same ever since I was little.
God, I mean, it's a sense of like comfort, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
vibe. I mean, some people might disagree, but that's fine. But it's like, okay, this has already been so, and I feel like too, it might depend on like your age, but it's like this change has been thrust upon you.
Yeah.
So if I'm not comfortable with that change, why make other changes?
Exactly. My point. Someone who understands.
Until there's a reason that it's not working, like that keeping everything the same is not working, then I definitely understand keeping it the same.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, there's not a reason to fix things, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of ordeal.
Thank you so much, ladies, for listening to the show. If you don't mind, leave me a review and tell me how I have helped you in your grief process. I would really, really appreciate it. You ladies can find me on Instagram at @catgriefcoach. That is cat with a K. I post tips on how to